looking for a way to get all this back together again. Get this back into our radio. And then we can start looking at the rest of it. I'm not going to be happy until this is back in. So I'm just seeing how this all fits together. Just checking it, make sure there's nothing I've forgotten. The only thing I'm going to find difficult is where I've got this blue wire coming out. I can't have it that long because this solds directly onto the tuner. I don't quite know how I'm going to get the soldering on here, but we'll have to wait and see. I think we'll get our small iron on in case the bigger one is too big. Now, where did I put my small iron? I found both of them, the 15 and the 18 right yesterday. Well, I can find is the 40, certainly too big for what we want. Anyway, just have a look around, see if I can find the other iron. Oh, here we are. Let's get over here. There's one. Okie dokie. That's the. Oh, hang on a minute. This is the 25 watt. That's the 18 watt. Okay. That's the 18 watt we've got turned on there. I want the 15 one. 15 watt. What do we do with that? Speaking, they should both be together. Right, let's have a look around for this soldering iron. It's around here somewhere. Right, so now we got our little tilly iron on. We've got our 18 watt iron on, and I've wetted my kitchen towel. Actually, I've stuck this on the back of one of those Tupperware tops, you know. It's an old one. This is what some valves came in. Like one of those plastic containers. Yeah, anyway, this is what's going on here. These are the connections that we've got to hook up again. And this one here is a bit tricky. I did try turning this radio on to see what would happen without this box, and all hell broke loose, as it were. So I stopped doing that to didn't want to stand any risk of damaging anything, so I soon quit doing that. I'll put a bit more oil on these bearings on this tuner. So I'm just waiting now for the iron to start up, and then we'll get started. Move it further over so you can see what we're doing. That's it. So I'm just putting a little bit of shrink-on tubing on there just in case we might need it. This is going to be well fiddly. So I'm going to shrink that on. Just in case that bit of metal touches the pin. Right, now this goes like that. Oh, God, this is awkward. This is very, very awkward. How on earth are we going to sort all this out? God only knows. It's all very well getting things apart, it's putting them back together again. Didn't do anything, did it? So I'm going to fiddle around with this for a bit. Right, that was fiddly. What we've done is we've soldered on the pins to the tuner from the two capacitors, one this side, I'll find a point, hang on this side here. I'll just try and zoom in on that a bit there so you maybe be able to see. Yeah. And this pin here, you'll have to take my word for it, you can't really see that. So what we're going to do now is going to screw these screws in underneath the tuner where this box is to hold it in place, trapping this earth wire so that we get the box in the same position as it was before. It means lining up everything, and that's not going to be easy either. As I say, it's all very well and good getting these things apart, but it's getting them back together again afterwards. So what I'm trying to do is I can get one bolt in. I didn't realise we'd gone out of shot here. Right. If I go out of shot while I'm doing this sort of thing, I do apologise, but this is not easy to say the least. So what we're trying to do is to get this bolt in underneath here, which is easier said than done. Get one in, we're not pulling around on them capacitor leads, because the last thing we want to do is snap them off. So that's that one going in, I think. I hope. Is that going in? No, it's just spinning around and around. Oh, this is real awkward. So you wouldn't get modern day electronics as awkward as this. Got to get it lined up. You can get one of them in. No, it's just going round and round. Oh. Some's going to get damaged here in a minute. That's got it, I think. Right, that's one in. Sellotape. That's it, fall over. Now what we're going to do is try and get the other one in with that earthing wire underneath. And that's going to be even more fiddly, I think. You see, originally this would have been connected to the tuner before it went in the radio. Most definitely. I don't know if that's got it or not. So all we can do is try and try. If you don't succeed, try again. Right, that's that one in. Now we'll just check to see if our earthing wire is in, which it is not. That's a nuisance. How are we going to get that in there? Because I've got to be careful I don't break these coil wires. Anyway, I'm going to fiddle on with this. You don't have to see me doing this. And I'll catch up with you when I've got this in. Right, finally we actually have our box back in. The screws aren't done up very tightly because we have to solder these contacts on the back of this tuner. So yeah, I think you could just about see that. So what we need to do now is get our pliers and just crimp these together the best we can. That's not long enough. We want the longer pliers, which is stuck to the magnet of a speaker as we speak. That's it. Bring them two together as much as we can now that they're lined up. And this one here. Yeah. Right, that gap is too far apart, so we just need to crimp them together somehow. Oh, that's better. Nothing goes back the same. Ever goes back the same. It's always different. Right, now we get our big iron out and just solder all that together. Lots of flux. I'm not bothering with alcohol on this. I don't want it to go all over the place. Right, get our solder. Iron's really hot. It's got a big bit on it, even though it's only 18 watt. Should be enough heat there. So we wet our iron to make good contact. And just solder it all together. There we go. That's that one done. That was easy. So wait for our iron to recover a little bit. If any of you guys are like I used to be years ago, if you're new to this, you want to learn how to solder, there's YouTube clips on soldering. Do a search. I think it's Peace, a company. It's very, very dated and very, very corny, but it goes into a lot of detail about soldering, which is what you need. And then at least you know what you're aiming for. You know, I mean, this would be normally part of a course that you would do in college, and you can watch it all on YouTube. That's what I did, and once I understood everything, it made a lot of difference to me. That's beautiful. What a fantastic joint. I'm going to tell you a little story. I'm going to tell you a little story very quickly. This used to be my soldering iron, only not this exact one, but one identical to this. This was my father's iron, and I had one exactly the same. And the reason why my joints were terrible was because the soldering bit, which went in the end of here, didn't make contact with the element and the around the outside. So all you was relying on was the heat transferring this through air almost into the bit, and whatever heat that the bit had stored up would go straight away as soon as you started to use it. No wonder why my soldering was crap, was the only way of describing it, and that was the reason why. So I liked it because you could put this soldering iron down, and being triangle side, flat side, it wouldn't roll all over the table. And it had a little light on it, which I liked. I can't see if there's a make on here. And I thought this was 25 watts. This was a 30 watt iron, so no wonder why I had trouble with tracks lifting and stuff. I would never use a 30 watt iron now. 25 is about the highest you need to go. This iron was made by Remploy Limited, London NW2. This iron still works actually, but now that I know what I know about soldering, no wonder why I had all that trouble all those years ago. So if you've got a soldering iron like this, unless you can get the soldering bit to make a firm contact with the element, forget it, because you're going to have really bad soldering, and it's important. So that's enough about that. I just wanted to share that with you. This used to be the iron, the type of iron, the exact identical iron that I used to use all them years ago, 30, 35, whatever it is years ago. Right, I just kept it because I don't like throwing things out. I don't use it anymore. Right, that's all now connected up, and I'm happy that's made a good connection and everything. All we've got to do now is hook this earthing wire up. So before I put this back, this metal box, I'm going to give it a clean. I'm going to give it a nice clean. Something I wanted to try. I've seen John do this, but I've never done it myself. This is navel jelly. I'm going to coat the outside this box with it. Mine's white. This is just to get rid of all this rubbish that's on the outside. Anyway, I'll get this in camera because you can't see what I'm doing.